Testing, testing, one, two, three. Testing, testing, one, two, motherfucking three. I don't know why this screen keeps getting green like this. This has really happened like the last three recordings I've made, and I don't fucking get it. How you guys? Today I'm just doing a little rant video just to fill the void because I'm working on a long video right now. Um, and there are some things that have been bothering me, but I'm just gonna pick one topic to talk about. One thing that's a huge plague on the black community, and that is the Zeus Network. And Baddies too, as a show. I think that first of all, I want to start with like I don't know, like something that isn't as bad and just a personal opinion. It's not as good as BGC, and it'll never be good as BGC. I haven't fully I don't have a Zeus subscription. I've never gotten a Zeus subscription. I never will get a Zeus subscription. I've watched four seasons of BGC. BGC in its heyday was incredibly popular. Um, and it has it it has like before a lot of reality shows that are still on today, like where they just put a bunch of random people that don't know each other in a house and just see what happens. But with Bad Girls Club, the whole thing was having girls that are known to be kind of like combative and stuff. Well, not all of them. You have some odd ones out that stand out, like Annie from season 4, or like who are the ones? I actually can't think of anyone. That's the first one I thought. And funny because that's the season that Natalie Nunn was on, and she's like the fucking face of Baddies and Zeus Network at this point. And that was the whole point of BGC. And originally, the objective was to have these girls have this experience in the house together. Of course, bond and make new friendships with people. Maybe get into fights. Because of course they are, of course for reality TV you want as much drama as possible. So of course bringing these combative girls together would happen, but that's a part of it. But a part of it is the fights, but also there also was a lot of like fun moments too as well. There's even stuff that I know from other seasons that I haven't fully seen. There are also fun moments as well, that make it it has a kind of a balance to it. Of course, you have things that also are wrong with BGC. The BGC wasn't perfect. It wasn't perfect in that sense. They still had a lot of problems that happened. Like for example, in season, there are multiple times where girls get jumped throughout the show. The first time a girl ever gets jumped is in season 3 when Amber M gets jumped in Mexico. When you have in season 8 and 11, hella girls get jumped. Like there's jumping happens so many times throughout those both of those seasons. It's actually insane. Um, and those are like, well, at least season 11 is the most hated season, is one of the most hated seasons. Then you have like Kristen in season 5 getting drugged and them just basically letting it happen and not doing anything about it and letting her get into a fight with Leah, which caused her to end up going home. You have the big nail in the coffin, in season 14 when Jayla and the twins stuff got absolutely destroyed. Which to this day, I don't understand why they thought that was a good idea. Not even just morally, but also because why did they think they were gonna get away with doing that? I don't understand. Why did they think they were gonna get away with letting them destroy their stuff like that? That was so stupid. And also, I think that season in general, even before that, I haven't fully watched that season, but a lot of people say even before that happened, that season just wasn't good. Like the only standouts were Jayla and the twins, but for the most part, and even they are problematic in other ways, but for the most part, they that season kind of failed when it came to the originals. People say the replacements on that season were better than the originals. Kind of like season 15, how like the originals were kind of a fail too. Um, except for I think unpopular opinion, I think Christina and Angelo were great for the show. Actually no, not with their relationship. Actually no. Eh, no, actually no, I don't think they were. But Suha and Hanan and Jamie and Jazz were the fan favorites from that season. They were replacements. And people like them a lot more than the originals. They're the ones that are still constantly talked about. And then you have like seasons like season 16, where I think most of the originals were failures in that season as well. I watched season 17. I actually really like season 17. I know a lot of people don't like it. I think it's just because it's the last season and it was kind of lower budget than the rest of them. But I think it was a pretty solid season for what I would want for a BGC season, and for the BGC show overall. I think it was great. I think it was a great season. I I think a lot of people are just so stuck in the fact that, like I said, that it was low budget and it took place in a warehouse, you know. But I think for when it comes to casting, I thought the casting was actually pretty well done. The only people that I think that didn't really stand out, I guess, would be like maybe Shay, may she rest in peace, and like Say, Sayora. Even then, she still had moments. She still had her moments, but for the most part, I think the casting was great in that season. I know there are girls that I don't like. Like I don't fuck with Fran. I don't like Kiki. But I think when it comes to the sake of the cast dynamic and and what the show is supposed to be, I think it was great casting. I like that it was a click versus click dynamic throughout the whole season. There was no jumping. There was no messing with people's stuff, and most of the drama was petty. Like it wasn't like too serious. You know what I mean? And I like that. But anyways, that's BGC, and BGC was it had great elements to it. And one thing that I saw someone point out as to why is the difference to be from BGC and Baddies is that BGC is a experience and Baddies a lifestyle. Because Baddies, the way that they run that stuff, which first of all, one of the major downsides of it is that there's already a hierarchy there with Natalie being in the show, even though she's an executive producer, you know. So she shouldn't even be in the show, but she is, and there's already an established hierarchy because of that, and the fact that they keep bringing back the same girls because these girls can't get anything from anywhere else. And something that's going on in this show is that it gives sex trafficking vibes to me. Like it gives the vibes of these you roping in these women. It feels like I'm getting grooming vibes, things like that, recruiting women um to have sex with these men for money and stuff like that, and come to the show and like fight to stay there for money. And it's just really really dark and like twisted to me. You know what I'm saying? Because allegedly, what's her name, Scotty and like Anna, and I think Mariah Lynn too, all have had sex with Lemon, with Lemmy, with Lemuel Plummer, the fucking one of the creators of Zeus, and it's just like it's really disturbing to me. You know what I'm saying? Like there was a girl that literally had a seizure on the show. Like what's her name? Smiley. She had a seizure. He was trying to claim that it wasn't real. I don't know. I like I said, I don't watch the show. The only information I get from this show is from TikTok and videos I watch about it. I don't watch the show myself. Um, but it's weird. It's really dark. One of the things that I guess is less serious is that it just in general when it comes for the show and entertainment is that it's just doesn't it's not really there. Like it's mostly fighting. There's no real storylines, and even when girls do have beef, it's beef that started outside of the show. So it's like who even fucking cares about that? You know what I mean? And it just like it's all fighting. Like they even have something where they try to make girls fight to stay on the show. Like I'm pretty sure Smiley said something about how Natalie said she was gonna kick her off if she didn't get into a fight. It's like they're so caught up in having these girls fight so much for entertainment, and don't they because they don't have anything else entertaining to do. They don't cast people that that can be entertaining on their own. You know, it's all about fighting, and it's boring. Like it gets to a point where it's boring. the thing about BGC is that even though they did fight, they still had other stuff to put in between. They had fluff in between it and had funny moments and other entertaining stuff going on. Especially in one of the seasons that seen as usually when people say which one is the best season, it's usually season 7. And season 7 had a great balance in between fighting and really entertaining stuff and funny moments and stuff. And also when it comes to fights, they had lead ups to the fights. I think one of the best fights in BGC is in BGC 7 when Saucy finally beat up Shelly after finding out that she fucked with her contacts. That's one of the best fights because of the lead up to it. It's not even just the fight itself; it was the lead up. It was first you have Stassi and Angie messing with her contacts. Stassi put bleach in it. Not Stassi, Shelly put bleach in it. Angie and Shelly were like trying to do a prank on her, and Shelly messed with them. Then Stassi finding out. Then we keep going, and then she finds out that Shelly did it. Then she like executes this plan that she has, and then she goes up to her on like the day before they were supposed to go home, and she asks her to her face, "Hey, who fucked my contacts? I'm gonna give you 5 seconds to defend yourself because I know you fucking did it." And then Shelly still sat her ass down while eating that fucking, I think it was fried rice, and Shelly and Stassi started beating her ass. It was great because you got that storyline, you got those story points, you know. But when you have people just fighting for whatever reason, it's like who fucking cares? You know what I'm saying? And then you have, like I said, you have the whole aspect of what's going on behind the scenes and stuff, and it's just really weird. And like the stuff with Dubai, if you don't know about the Dubai stuff, beware if you search it up. Like it's just really weird. Just people, it just shows the how desperate people are to make money. You know what I'm saying? And then you see clips of like fights. You see clips of like the auditions, even though the auditions do nothing because they already pre-select the girls. They just hold the auditions just to fuck with these people basically and get content out of them. Like them having like Natalie saying, like fight like saying them to fight each other and stuff, telling these girls to make out with each other. There was even someone said that there was a blind girl that got beat up, which is so fucked up, man. And like got snuck from behind. So even if she could see, she couldn't even defend herself. But it makes it even more fucked up that she was blind. Like that's really messed up. It's like they really take advantage of these girls' desperation for like fame and stuff like that, and to like make it somewhere. It kind of reminds me, you know what it reminds me of? It reminds me of sororities. That's exactly what it reminds me of. It reminds me of hazing. It reminds me of hazing in sororities. That's exactly what it reminds me of. When people take advantage of people's desperation to find for approval and to have, you know, people that they look up to like them and things like that, and for and you know what I mean, for like to make it somewhere, to make it somewhere they wanted to be at because they well, for in this case is fame and stuff like that. They take advantage of that and have them do all these embarrassing things, and even stuff that embarrassing to downright fucking dangerous, to the point where there are people that have been killed from doing hazing rituals and stuff like that. That's exactly what this reminds me of. It reminds me of hazing, and it's really really disturbing to see. Genuinely, it's really really fucking disturbing. One something that happened recently, and I think it's Baddies Africa now, is there's a girl named Summer that said something about how I don't know exactly what it was, but it's something how she was gonna make a girl look like Emmett Till, which is so beyond fucking disgusting. Which is so beyond a fucking disgusting, such a fucking disgusting thing to say. How dare you? How fucking dare you say something like that? And there are people that have the audacity to be shocked that Zeus still aired that. Why the fuck would they care? Like, why do you think these people care at all? Like, why the fuck would they care? Like this network is fucking deplorable. It is. It's just I don't understand how you could say something like that. And the fact that there are people that watch Baddies that have said that they don't know who Emmett Till is, like you can't be serious right now. There's a girl on TikTok that was trying to claim, telling his story wrong, claiming he was an SA victim, and then someone replied to her. I forgot replying. I think it was replying, trying to correct her, and she was saying, "Oh, don't nobody give a fuck about him." Probably someone just rage baiting for attention, but it's still disgusting though. It's still fucked up. You know what I mean? And I hope that this fucking network is taken down soon. Like I would hope so because I just think this is horrible. Like it's just all around. It's not good. It's very dark. It feels like it just I can't I just don't like it. That's why I refuse to get any sort of subscription for it or anything. Um, I never even before I learned about this, I just never had any desire to. But um, but that's all I really have to say. Um, thank you for listening.